Tonight, Blitz, it's time for our final thoughts.
We've got a lot of them.
Yeah, we've got about 6 minutes worth of them. I want to talk a little bit about Jefferson and Liberty Iowa. That was a slugfest up there.
Yeah, for sure.
In Texarkana tonight. Liberty Iowa only won, what was it, 3 games last year. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they were in position to win a district championship tonight.
Yeah.
They fell 1 point short. Very good football team. They're going to be a number 2 seed in the playoffs. They're going to make a lot of noise. This Jefferson team, also for real. They haven't lost a game yet this season. They can do so many things. Ty Taylor, here's what I'm going to say about him. He was on Pleasant Grove staff with Josh Gibson.
Okay.
And so he's got that. He understands a championship culture, because that's what Pleasant Grove has. They've won the 2 state championships. They've played in 1 or 2 other state championship games.
They have that championship.
They're constantly deep into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So he understands that culture, and he has brought that culture with him to Jefferson. And it doesn't hurt that your best player, or one of your best players, probably your best player, Cameron Williams, is such a positive leader and a positive influence on that team.
Stepping up for the guys, being
not just
good.
On the field, but off the field. I don't know if you saw Kylie's story. He showed up the day that they announced Ty Taylor as the head coach at the school board meeting.
Okay.
He wanted to be there to meet his new coach.
Oh, wow. That says a lot about him.
He's constantly texting coach. If guys are slacking on the field, he's texting coach like the next day or whatever and saying, hey, we got to be better at practice. Like, these guys are not slacking, or, you know, these guys are not working as hard as they.
He's embracing that leadership role.
Yes, and you see it on the field in his performance. The Taylor kid at quarterback, also ultra athletic, very good quarterback as well. They are a team that can make a deep run into the playoffs. Let's cue up that soundbite from Ty Taylor after tonight's big win.
I'm really, I don't know what to say. I mean, just the fight and the resolve that our kids showed right there is just unbelievable. We told them, you know, before we played that this was going to be a culture win for us, because they can match us athlete for athlete. And so it's going to come down to our culture and our belief. And all week, that was our key word, was just trying to instill belief in our guys. And, man, they showed it, because they came up clutch in some big-time moments, so super proud of them. I'm just so proud of our kids and the way that they hung in the game. They didn't start doubting. No one was yelling at each other. Everyone stayed together, and so that's what I'm most proud of.
You heard him say it there. It's something you were talking about a minute ago. We talked about it being a culture win.
Yeah, definitely. And that belief that he's talking about, I mean, it's so easy when you're in a game like that, a slugfest where it's just back and forth. It's so easy in those small, crucial moments to let the emotion take over, to get mad, to yell at someone on the sidelines. But when you start to do that, it just puts a little bit of a taint in that kind of morale you've going on, that unity. So keeping calm, just like he said, keeping cool, getting through it, not doubting themselves, not letting the pressure crack them or anything. That's what is helping them get to that. As you said, he knows that championship culture. He knows what it takes. And that belief is, you can't do it if you don't believe it. Right.
And it feels like he's got the kids believing.
Yes, definitely.
Speaking of believing in kids, let's talk a little bit about Parkway. Gavin Farrington became their quarterback, about 4 weeks ago now?
Straight out of a movie.
Something like that. He comes out of the stands. They're throwing the ball a little bit more now.
Yes.
He looks comfortable. When I see these highlights here, I mean, obviously Parkway's still a run-first team. When you got Camaro Mayo and C.J. Dudley, why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, exactly.
But it looks like, and you know, every week they're scoring all these points. What they score today? 50, 40 something?
Yeah. Yep. I believe it was 50 something. But still, when you can do both, and to talk about Farrington,
57 points.
He's stepping up, and they're meshing. They're finding their rhythm. If you guys don't know the whole story, I'm sure you do, but to go from not playing football much at all for 2 years. It was
he hasn't played football since his freshman year of high school.
Exactly.
And he was on the freshman team. At playing quarterback for them.
Then you come in and you're starting for varsity.
As a senior, when you were actually in the student section the week before,
That's something from like a Disney show, I feel like.
It's straight out of a Disney movie, and and they're going to finish in second place in the district. Yeah. I don't remember who Parkway has next week, but I can look that up really fast here.
I think it's something to say too about Gavin and the relationship that he's building with those receivers to be throwing the ball more, to be able to find that connection and that trust. It's such a big deal, that trust that you have between your wideouts and your quarterback. And for him to come in how he did and establish that trust and have it and mesh with those guys like that, that says a lot about him as an athlete, on the field, off the field, as a person. It's really commendable.
Evangel. That's who they play next week. That's gonna be a heck of a football game.
For sure.
Well, that's all the time we have remaining in the Friday Night Blitz. Thank you so much for watching.
We'll see you next week.